You're watching Wake Up Today.
May is National Moving Month, and for many families, that means planning a big transition. It's also one of the most important times of the year to make sure you are working with companies you can trust. Joining us now to talk about that is Cameron Nakashima with the Better Business Bureau. Good morning, Cameron. Always good to chat with you.
Yeah, good morning, Brittany.
All right, Cameron, so why is trust such a big factor when it comes to moving, especially in the month of May?
Yeah, well, so trust is everything when it comes to, trusting a business, having a business, handle all your personal possessions, right? And so we see all kinds of stories from damaged property to belongings being held ransom to, of course, there's the good, positive, glowing reviews where everything goes right. And we hope to see more of those. And but there's always those reports that come into us about moving companies that are not doing things the right way. And that's what we're addressing today. And just to kind of give you a snapshot of what we're seeing in Hawaii alone, BBB recorded 90 negative reviews and interactions tied to the moving industry in the past 12 months alone. And so with it being National Moving Month, that kicks off the season for moves to happen. They say that roughly about 50% of all moves that are happening this year are happening starting now, between now and August. And so when we see that ramp up of people moving, we also see this ramp up of risks as well.
Now, that is really important context. So what do these problems tend to look like, and what should people watch out for?
So there are some major red flags to be aware of when you're going into moving season, especially when you're hiring movers to either pack up your things or move them altogether. And so first is something called a moving brokerage or a moving broker. And these are companies that kind of act as a liaison between you, the client needing to be moved, and the moving company, the people who are actually packing stuff into boxes and moving them with trucks. Now, that is a legitimate business model, but where things go sideways is where you get these bad moving brokerages that are not transparent about the fact that they are a middleman. So you go on, you log on to, let's say, Google or something. They're usually the first types of businesses you'll find when you're looking up a moving company, and they'll pretend as if the people that you're talking to online are going to be the same people who show up in those moving trucks. And when that doesn't happen, that not only causes confusion and stress on moving day, but it can also, in the worst scenarios, it could be unqualified, unlicensed, uninsured movers who have been hired by the brokerage to move you. And in some of the horror stories that we hear, people's stuff will get loaded up, and then the moving company, the people who are moving them, will say, you know what, the price is actually going to go up now, and if you don't pay us, we're just going to hold on to your stuff. So it could be a really bad situation in those worst case scenarios.
For sure. So how can people protect themselves and make sure they are hiring somewhere that they can trust?
Yeah, well, it starts with good old-fashioned research, right? Just some quick hop online and look up the business. Use bbb.org to vet the business. Always look at those reviews, the ratings, complaints, how the business has responded. And just that little bit of time can really help you determine if it's a bad moving brokerage, if it's a good moving brokerage, or if what you're looking at is just a moving company itself, if you wanted to handle that interaction directly and not use a brokerage. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to find pardon me, when you find a moving company that seems like a good fit, insist on an in-home inspection at any time that you can, an in-home quote, a walkthrough. If they don't do that, maybe do a virtual walkthrough. It's important because if you get a bid and the mover has not yet been to your property, it's very likely that the price will go up once they arriving and scoping out the place. And that goes to another point, which is important, which is to, when you get those bids, find out how they're bidding the project. Some will bid based on cubic foot, some will bid based on weight. And so when you're getting multiple bids, it's really helpful for you to know what qualities are being bid on so you can compare those bids accurately. And then the final thing is just to get everything in writing. And that's always really important, but it also only matters if you're dealing with a official and ethical business to start with. So that first step of doing your research, very important.
Cameron, these were great tips. I didn't know a lot about this, so thank you so much for the insights. So for the viewers out there, you can find more moving tips and a directory of trusted moving businesses, just like Cameron said, at bbb.org. Thanks so much, Cameron, for joining us this morning. Always a pleasure.